This is Bobby from the Police 911. Russian cop coming in. Of course, no lights. Oh!
Gonna see if we can't get it here.
And they got an Explorer Scout here. So the Explorer Scout just didn't seem to know how to lift up crime scene tape. No one's going past. So what brain-warped idea was to leave an Explorer Scout down here?
I was up a ride-along today.
You're a ride-along. You're an Explorer Scout or a cadet. You're not a ride-along.
Well, I mean, yeah, but what I'm doing today is just all right. I'm just riding along with the officer.
Well, it looks like you're doing officer duties by managing the crime scene tape.
Officers do this. It's experience.
Yeah. So you're actually doing the duties of an Explorer Scout right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then why'd you lie to me and say that you're just a ride-along?
So, a ride-along isn't a paid position. It is just an activity I'm doing. So
Uh-huh.
before I'm just performing a ride. Does that make sense?
No, because you're doing the duties of a cadet. And so if you're doing the duties of a cadet and you're acting like a cadet and you're doing what a cadet's supposed to do, you're a cadet, not just a ride-along. A ride-along just sits in the car and does nothing. Right, he's a cadet. He's not a ride-along. Different. Yeah, I know. But he also said he was a ride-along. He was just a ride-along. And I explained to him that he's a cadet. He's doing the duties of a cadet. So why did you say you were just a ride-along?
Because I am riding along with an officer.
Right. If I rode with an officer, I'd be a ride-along. You're a cadet. You got the duties of a cadet. Right? So due to you're a cadet, you got the duties of a cadet, you are a cadet, not just a ride-along. A ride-along does nothing. A ride-along can't manage the crime scene tape. Yeah. If you, like I said, there's certain duties that a cadet does that a ride-along doesn't do.
I mean, sometimes officers at civilians do some stuff, but not as much. Probably.
Yeah. So you're gonna let this family go home? They got little children.
I'm just sitting here making sure no one gets super now.
Yeah, but these little children need to go home. Are you gonna let them go home?
Not until the officer tells me to.
Why don't you get a hold of the sergeant and see if these kids can go home?
The officer can do that. For now, I'm just doing
You're not. There's not an officer here, is there? There's a cadet. So I'm asking you, why don't you call the sergeant and see if these kids can go home? I mean, you could ask the sergeant if these kids could go home.
That would not be appropriate for me. I'm pretty low in the tank.
Well, these kids are pretty low too. Hey, señor, ¿cuántos años your hijos?
5 y 8.
Cinco and ocho. So you got a 5-year-old and a 6-year-old that can't go home.
You want to know what's going on?
I know what's going on.
Why we're here?
You're here because there were shots fired. And supposedly somewhere around here there was domestic violence. I heard about it. How could I hear about something you didn't hear about and you got a radio?
Is it both down at the apartment complex then?
I heard the 1100 block of 1/3 of 183.
Same thing.
So how could you not know about the domestic violence or the fight that broke out between a man and a lady?
Oh no, I heard that. I heard about it.
Oh, so you heard about that?
Yeah, we're having other conversations.
Oh, okay. You heard about that, and I asked about it. You go, you know.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah. You all right? Okay. Yeah. What's up?